Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of, I don't know how to call this. This is gonna be new additions, I guess. So the new set called Hidden Hope actually dropped, and I know I'm late, but I wanted to show you what I got for the rest of the decks. So we got Final Fantasy 1, 4, and 7 being supported right now. There were no cards for Final Fantasy 15, which is the video that we have out for the moment, but there are a few upcoming that I also want to show you. But first, the ones that I've already done, so that you can see a little bit. And so I'm very excited about seeing that Lich, because it shows us that we might see another cycle of the Chaos boss cards or whatever, like all those bosses from Final Fantasy 1. So the fact that there are 3 of them, I thought that maybe it would make them backups, but it's actually a forward that supports backups. So you got the Lich saying, for each Earth backup you control, Lich gains plus 1,000 power, okay? Final Fantasy 1 doesn't have many backups, and it only has one Earth backup, and it's in the form of the Monk. So it's actually very poor on that. I don't know how this can actually be better for title. I wish they'd made Chaos cards that are backups that would help other Chaos cards in terms of, you know, like paying for each other or whatever. Instead of just being support, they could actually just lend themselves their CP, right? We also got the Garland and Fire, just another Garland. It's interesting that it supports Garland and Job Knights and name Garlands. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. It says, when Garland enters the battlefield, choose one Job Knight from other than Garland in your break zone, add it to your hand. Card name Garland. So it doesn't support Garlands, but it supports Knights. Yeah, so it says Job Knight and card name Garland, other than card name Garland, and then Job Knight Garland when another. So it's not really gonna support our Final Fantasy 1 deck because there's only one Knight, and those are the Garlands. So if it doesn't support Garland stuff, it wants to go in with something else. I guess it's a Dissidia card more than it is a Title 1 card. So shameful, but it's okay, we still bought it. Then we got the Warrior of Light, much needed water one, because we already had 2 or more of each other element, and yet we didn't have one for water. So it actually, same as the others, it's going to support either the job standard unit or help out with buffs from itself, or be helped by standard units. And that's it for Final Fantasy 1 though. We also have a standalone card for Final Fantasy 4, and it's gonna be the Kain. Forward Dragoon, 3 costs, that says haste and first strike, and when it attacks, choose 2 characters and activate them. Also, if you have 3 damage, it gains 1,000 power more, other than its 6,000. Pretty good stuff. I think it's gonna be more useful than some Kains that really hurt you a lot for being there. But yeah, now let's keep going, because we also have Final Fantasy 7 on the right side of this board, and it's interesting because we got a little bit of everything. We got a forward, we got a summon, a monster, we got a G standard unit, we got a member of the Turks, as well as a soldier, and we have 2 what's those limit break cards. So yeah, they're going to be forward still. So we have Cloud and Sack, but they are new cards. I actually don't know what limit break means though. Remember, we were going in blind, and even though this is not a series of going in blind necessarily, I don't know that yet, so I haven't read much of the rules and what that means. I do know monsters though. So the Foulander is pretty interesting. We got Angeal for a soldier backup in fire. It says, if a job soldier forward you control, which is lovely because we have 2 soldier decks, deals damage to a forward, the damage increases by 2,000 instead, so it's a buff. And when it enters the battlefield, you may pay X, then search for 1 job soldier forward and of that cost and put it onto the battlefield. And that's pretty good because it's both a tutor as well as a buff and a damage adder, and it's a backup for 3. I'm loving that card all around. I really am. So then we have the Falender. During your turn, Falender becomes a forward with 4,000 power. And when Falender attacks, choose one forward an opponent controls and deal it 3,000 damage. That's pretty sweet. That's pretty sweet. We also have, if it has damage 3, if Falender deals damage to a forward, the damage increases by 2,000 instead. So take it to 5,000. Nice. We also have the Sack limit break card saying when it enters the field, choose one forward, deal it 3,000 damage. And it's a 7,000 attack card for 3 CP. That's pretty cool. Then we have a Cisne, member of the Turks, haste, forward. It enters the battlefield dull. Okay, that means tap. Yeah. And when one or more job member of the Turks forwards other than Cisne you control attack, activate Cisne. Cisne can attack once more this turn. Oh. Okay, so you want to attack multiple times. Nice. Then you got Sephiroth. Great card art. Nice anime mode, just like Cisne. Saying, oh, and like Angeal too. Nice. When Sephiroth enters the battlefield, your opponent discards 1 card. And then remove, pay a lightning and 2 CP generic. And remove Sephiroth from your hand from the game. Choose one dull forward, break it until the end of turn. You can cast Sephiroth, remove by this ability's cost. You can only use this ability if Sephiroth is in your hand. Okay, it's interesting. So you can just play it another turn, dull 1 forward and break it. Instead of paying 3, you can pay, and you can do the whole thing and still play it on that turn only. Okay, what a weird thing that's happening. Interesting. Then we have G Assassin. When G Assassin enters the battlefield, choose one dull forward if you control 2 or more job standard units. Backup, break it. We don't. There are very few standard unit cards in Final Fantasy VII. They are G, so we got G Diver, G Assassin, G something else. They are not amazing. We also have the Shinra soldiers in Lightning and Fire. So I think we got 1 standard unit for each color. No, element. Yeah, there it is, element. But yeah, interesting that there's an standard unit coming out for Earth. Very interesting. Then we have the Cloud Lightning. It's a limit break forward. It says when Cloud enters this field, choose one forward of cost 3 or less and break it. So nice removal right there. And then Limit Burst. A limit card with Limit Burst on it. Nice. Choose one forward an opponent controls and break it. Cloud deals your opponent 1 point of damage. Okay, nice. Very interesting. On Lightning, very interesting. I guess it wants to go on the Cloud deck that's Lightning Wind. Yeah, Wind Lightning. Then we got the Monster Moth Slasher, which is a war machine. Interesting. And it's cost 7,000 on your turn. Then when Moth Slasher is put from your field to the break zone, you may search for another Moth Slasher, cost 2 or less, and play it into the battlefield. Nice. If you have 3 damage, it gains 1,000 more power. I love this kind of card. It reminds me a lot of the Shinra soldiers because of... there are standard units on ice. Those are those guys from Dirge of Cerberus. Yeah, that's pretty cool. From the Soviets. Yeah, and this card is doing the same thing. It's looking for itself. Nice. Then we got the Odin Summon. It's looking pretty rad. And choose one forward or monster, costs 3 or 4. Break it if the CP paid to cast Odin was produced by backups. you may also draw a card. That's pretty neat. Yep, so that's the support that we have so far, and I will say that this is probably going into the deck just to have it, but it's not really supporting anything right now, and it's not being supported by anything right now, so we'll see about that. But it's right now like a 50 card deck. We can trim it down a little bit by taking away Garlands, and maybe we can actually make a just Garland deck that's Fire Lightning, and then have just the Chaos cards with no Garlands in it. If we get the other cycle, and hopefully we also get backups. If not, I have no clue what's gonna happen. I might have to put the standard unit cards within, but I don't think I will. They're with Warrior of Lights, which also supports standard units, and the Chaos cards do not support standard units, so I don't know about that. The Kane, definitely going in the Kane deck for sure. Going the Kane deck, that's pretty cool stuff. And then we have the Angeal going in the Soldier deck that has Sack on the helm. We also have the Foulander. I don't know where the Foulander is going to go. I really don't know. The Sack's also going to go in the Soldier deck with Angeal. And so will the Sephiroth on the other Soldier deck. That's just Sephiroth's. Cisne's definitely going into the deck that has the Turks. I'm not sure. There's two of them. I'm not sure if it's going to be the Shinra one, or the one that has those lightning ones as support to some other deck. Then we have G Assassin, no clue, but that's probably gonna go next to Hojo, and it's probably gonna be a card that you just pitch. Then we have these three, and they are probably going to go in the same deck, which is going to be the Cloud that's holding it's a Wind, or it could actually go into the Wind Earth deck. But I think, you know, Sonon, yeah, Sonon, but I think they will, these three will go, this one will go to Sonon, and these three will go to the Cloud one. But yeah, that's it for this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, as well as like, share, subscribe, and follow for more, okay? I will see you on the next one. Peace out.